My name is Laura Schramm, and I am the Director of Professional and Academic Development at Rackham Graduate School. I will be walking through a short screencast with you in preparation for the Rackham-CRLT workshop on writing a diversity statement. My learning goals in this short screencast are to first define key terms, including diversity, equity, inclusion, and diversity statement. Second, share history of diversity statements in higher education. And third, and finally, prepare you for the upcoming diversity statement workshop. Let me begin with definitions. I will share the definitions of diversity, equity, and inclusion. These definitions are drawn from the Strategic Planning Process on DEI. Diversity is about celebrating differences. It is expressed in myriad forms, including race and ethnicity, gender and gender identity, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, language, culture, national origin, values, religious commitment, age, disability status, and political perspective. Equity is equal opportunity for all persons. This includes not discriminating on the basis of race, color, national origin, age, marital status, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, disability, religion, height, weight, or veteran status. Equality is not the same as equity. Equity is giving everyone what they need to thrive, even if what is needed is not the same for everyone. Inclusion ensures differences are welcomed, different perspectives are respectfully heard, and every individual feels a sense of belonging. It is about belonging and togetherness, participation, teamwork, acceptance, access, accessibility, and engagement for everyone. As I noted, these definitions emerged through University of Michigan's strategic planning process for DEI. I urge you to seek other definitions as well. What DEI means and which social identities are systemically marginalized differs by discipline and social context. For example, just thinking about gender diversity in different disciplinary contexts, women are underrepresented in many disciplines of engineering, but men are underrepresented in the discipline of nursing. I encourage you, before the workshop, look at definitions within your disciplinary organizations, your school, your college, and institutions where you are applying for jobs. Diversity statements are relatively new faculty job documents that are still not universally requested at all institutions. Let me share a brief history of how these statements emerged as a requirement for some faculty positions. In response to the anti-affirmative action amendments passed in several states, such as Prop 209, passed in 1996 in California, and Prop 2, passed in 2006 in Michigan, institutions of higher education began in the 2000s to seek new ways to promote diversity among their students, faculty, and staff. In September 2007, the University of California Board of Regents adopted a diversity statement calling on the university to, quote, seek to achieve diversity among its student bodies and among its employees, and acknowledging the acute need to remove barriers to the recruitment, retention, and advancement of talented students, faculty, and staff from historically excluded populations who are currently underrepresented. The University of California system began requiring all faculty job applicants to submit a statement of contributions to diversity in 2010. This impacted national trends, and many universities, colleges, and departments with institutional commitments to diversity followed the University of California system's example and began to request diversity statements for faculty positions. Though the University of Michigan has an institutional commitment to DEI, departments are not currently required to request a diversity statement of applicants, though some departments, such as English and Ecology and Evolutionary Biology, do request them for faculty job openings. For our last definition, let me share with you how one institution defines a diversity statement. Different institutions will have slightly different definitions, so please carefully read what is asked for by each institution. That said, definitions tend to be quite similar. According to the University of California at San Diego, the purpose of this statement is to identify candidates who have professional skills, experience, and/or willingness to engage in activities that would enhance campus diversity and equity efforts. These diversity statements are an opportunity for faculty job applicants to explain to a search committee the distinct experiences and commitments related to diversity that they bring. We will talk more about this in the workshop, but remember, a diversity statement is a job document, and the audience is the faculty search committee. If these concepts are new to you, you likely still have questions about these terms or other questions about diversity statements generally. Please come prepared with any questions to the workshop. In the workshop, you will first review best practices for writing diversity statements. Second, reflect on your personal contributions to institutional diversity. Third, evaluate sample diversity statements using a rubric. And finally, receive resources for contributing to institutional diversity and writing diversity statements. I look forward to seeing you at the session.